Daddy.
Alright, what did we just do? Crossed what border? Where? Good girl, we crossed into South Australia. Met a lovely friendly policeman who checked all our online
Are they still at the
stuff. Yeah, checked our certificates of immunisation, and we're in. Onwards and upwards, here we go.
Click the record button.
Could you see, Daddy?
Not much.
Not much. It was crystal clear.
Crystal clear, but there's still much there. South Australia's most solid drink. Tell you what. I didn't know that, but the wind has definitely arrived. We're actually getting a northerly at the moment, so the temperature's quite nice. Just a little bit breezy. And we are in Port Macdonnell at the moment, South Australia. We crossed the border this morning. And at the moment we're just parked up here. It's a little overnight stop. It looks pretty cool. Amanda has gone and bought herself a lobster. This is lobster capital, and we'll have that for lunch, I think. It looks pretty good. Came fresh off the boats this morning, so let's see how we go. Cheers.
Mount Gambier is famous for its geological wonders, the limestone, the volcanic landscapes and the crater lakes. One of these lakes changes colour with the season. It becomes a bright cobalt blue colour in summer. We learnt so much about this area from a brilliant and free movie at the Arts Centre. Don't miss this one if you go. We learn about the geological epicentre and the volcanic history of the area. We continue to see this on our travels around the coast. The sinkholes in this area were huge. They were right in the middle of the city. They had lush green gardens and they were surrounded by beautiful rose gardens.
Yeah, Lake George, we're about 400 kilometres-ish south of Adelaide at the moment. We're on our way north. And it's early morning, the rest of them are still in bed as usual, so I'll take a bit of a walk. But yeah, there's lots of bird life and wildlife down here. I saw some black swans earlier. There's some migratory birds as well that come in here. I haven't seen any yet, I don't think. But anyway, we got some rather unfortunate news last night. Mr. Mark, I like to make everything up, McGowan decided that he would shut the border to South Australia. Which is a bit unfortunate. So, as you know, our plan was to spend 2 weeks in South Australia and then cross over into WA because we knew he'd shut the border sooner or later. Gosh, the guy's a muppet. we knew we'd shut the border sooner or later. We just thought that it wouldn't be until there's community transmission. And at the moment, so far, every case in South Australia has been imported interstate. So I don't know why it's such a knee-jerk reaction. It's kind of thrown our plans in a bit of disarray. We were going to head over to WA because we knew you'd do this. We're just hoping we'd cross beforehand. But the question now is, do we continue with that plan and spend 2 weeks in quarantine? Not sure I want to do that. But the risk is that this Muppet and building the Great Wall of WA decides that they're not going to reopen it for quite a few months. So yeah, the plan will be at the moment that we wait until the 12th, and then on the 12th, once Mr. Marks decided what he and his merry men are going to do, we will plan accordingly, and then no doubt they'll change their minds again and we'll have to change again. Anyway, until next time, I'll catch you later. See ya.
G'day, welcome to Sundowners on a beautiful little beach of our own. Crystal clear water. Honestly, the water here looks like it's something out of Fiji. And there seems to be over the back of all these beaches a reef, which I think is linked to the volcanic history of the area. But the water feels nothing like the water in Fiji here. It's extremely refreshing. Tilly's got her golden circle sparkling juice down there.
For on a hot day.
It would be great on a hot day, wouldn't it? I'll show you what it looks like from our view. It's just magnificent. We've just been cave adventuring. How was it, Tilly?
Fun. Except Riley couldn't come in because he didn't bring any shoes.
So we're at Rapid Bay, parked around here I think.
I think over here.
Yeah, it's right on the beach, it's a pretty good view.
It does look like Fiji, except they forgot the thermostat in the water. The water comes from the South Pole.
Yeah, it's pretty cold, but it is very...
It definitely doesn't come from the North
It's
Pole.
relaxing and protected, and there's no waves. It's my kind of beach.
It's only little waves though.
So we'll stay here another couple of nights and see how we go, yeah?
Hopefully
Do some
more than
schoolwork.
2.
Yep.
No.
Schoolwork on the beach.
Are you out for a fish, Matilda? The lovely guy who's kept fishing up the beach just came and threw some burley in for her. So, fingers crossed you catch us some lunch or dinner. Good luck.
We're at Rapid Bay at the moment, and it is a very nice, very beautiful spot. In fact, we're just one of these caravans parked up on the beachfront, absolute beachfront, and we've just spent the last 4 days chilling out. We've been moving quite quickly up the SA coast for the last week or two, so it's time to slow down for a bit. And this is a perfect spot for it. But it is what Saturday now. Great spot to come on a weekday, but during the weekends it picks up, it gets pretty busy. In fact, I wouldn't like to be here on a public holiday or a busy weekend. I guess we're only an hour and a half, 2 hours from Adelaide, so I guess you're paying for the location access into Adelaide, but there's a couple other reasons why. I mean, I'm pretty cynical, but this is the old jetty out the back here, and they put a new one in front of it, and this is not a commercial jetty anymore. They spent $3.9 million on this thing, and all it's good for is fishing and access into the reefs over here, which I'm sure are important, but $4 million bucks. That's probably why you're paying exorbitant camp fees. And just behind me, they're just redoing all this road. This is a natural spring, the top of which is a monument on the Tilgebreck Trail, or Dreaming Trail they call it. So it's an important Aboriginal site for this area, and I don't know much about it, so I'm going to do a bit of research. But I do know, if you can spot it here, there's a cave that we went and visited the other day. But apparently it's quite a significant area. An Aboriginal body was found inside the cave, buried, obviously wrapped in kangaroo skin. And it's just a little bit disappointing, I guess. You go in there today and it's full of beer bottles and smells like somebody's urinated all over the walls. It's just such, I don't know, it's a bit disappointing, but anyway, that's it. Rapid Bay, check it out, worthwhile. So here we are just chilling out the pool, and every time a plane goes over, the kids just jump up with excitement because a special guest is coming to join us, and it appears that we're right underneath the flight path, but we need probably another 15 minutes and we're waiting for a Jetstar plane to come over, and I'm sure you hear these kids scream from the other side of Adelaide when it arrives, so keep an eye out. Super excited kids now.
Welcome to another exciting day, no longer shorter. Unfortunately it's a bit windy today, but we are out raking for blue swimmer crabs. Riley's back here somewhere. Yep. What have you got, Daddy? What did you find? You can go back and grab and he's got another one. Ooh.
We are at Ardmore at the moment, and we've gone crabbing. So Found 2 crabs so far. One was undersized and one was okay. So not huge, but big enough to eat. So not entirely uneventful. That's pretty cool. But I've never done this before. You just go out with a rake. We walk along the water, find yourself a crab, you rake them up, and that's it. That's another one, I'll show you. Alright, you hold the camera then. You're right. Can he rake him?
Alright, Mona, you go on, pop him in, put him in. Yeah, go on.
Oh, it's not big enough.
There it is, I think. I'll measure him. He is. It's got to be to his biggest points. Yay, Mona, give me a smile.
Hey, go on.
Cheese. Did you catch one, Riley? Did you get him? You catch one? Oh, look. Alright, pop him in. I found me a razor clam. I think I need a few more of them before I can make a nice dinner out of them. Thank you.
I got him. Yay.
Woohoo! He looks like a nice.
Riles, what's in the bucket?
Crabs and cone shells.
Crabs and razor clams. Crabs and razor clams. In here we've got our blue swimmer crabs ready to cook for a scrumptious lunch. So for everyone playing along at home, we've gone down and we've collected a whole lot of seawater to cook the crabs in. Time to wash our razor fish, razor clams. Yeah, some of the locals call them razor fish. He's got a little foot sticking out.
Ready?
There we go. Moment of truth. Well, they've definitely changed colour. Into some chilled water.
This is the Corny Lighthouse just behind me here. I'm up on the heathland up at the lighthouse, and there's some pretty cool little things going on here. So just in front of me is the horizontal pine. So this pine that you can see, but you can't tell that it's a pine tree. They think it was actually planted in 1892, I think it was. Some school kids came out and planted 60 pine trees, and this is probably the last one remaining. And I guess true to the Yorke Peninsula and the wind that we get here that you can probably hear on the microphone, it blows an absolute gale, and this thing was never allowed to grow upright. So it grew horizontally across the ground. How cool is that? So we're camped up at Gravel Bay, and apart from the wind, it's really quite nice down here, isn't it? We're just about to lose the sunset, or lose the sun.
It's a little bit windy here, but everywhere else it's absolutely blowing a gale.
Yeah.
We've seen dolphins maybe 6 times this afternoon, and Fred the seagull came to visit us. We found a shark egg on the beach, a dried fish with a mouthful of teeth like a piranha, and Tilly has collected, without joke, maybe 500 shells.
Yeah.
Look at this, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, I don't think that gets it on the camera now that the sun's gone, but anyway. It is quite picturesque. We're on the boot, or the laces where the boot
the
is.
shoelace section
Of the boot on the Yorke Peninsula. So we're on the northern side and we're getting these strong southerly winds this week. And I think I just saw some more dolphins. But
the water here is crystal clear. Today when we went for a walk we could see the fish through the water.
So it's pretty cool. So
Oh,
anyway,
it's so beautiful watching this sunset.
yeah, maybe I should have brought the drone.
Seagrass.
But anyway, that's the update for today.
Thank you, South Australia.
Yeah, so we're going to explore the rest of the peninsula tomorrow, down south. Then we'll start heading north, I think. And maybe inland, where
As much as we're in down jackets today, it's supposed to be 34 in a day or two.
yeah, so it's a bit of a contrast. And fingers crossed, we're hoping that there might be some water flowing down the Cooper, the Diamantina creeks into the air basin. And if there does get some water in there, we might sneak on up maybe next week.
Phone a friend with an aeroplane.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Cornet. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. We're planning to head into the Flinders anyway, and if there is water in the air, then we'll keep going north up into the air basin. So,
And cheers to Mum for her success so far on her first night bush camping off grid.
all right, catch you later.
Bye.